What's up, guys? Thought I'd go on a little bit of a server rant here, and I thought I'd start out with saying I'm fucking 19 years old. If you're an 18-year-old female, totally into that, especially if you're a server, because I know, you're kind of hard working, Just that general consensus, if I hear a girl's a server, man, I'm all into that. She's fucking. I'm just kidding, guys. Anyway, um, so let me tell you a little bit, and I'm going to start off with a little bit of a tearjerker here, guys. It's a weird way to start this out, but I think I would start off with saying that I am not a server anymore. I got to go to school, so just summer job. First time I'd done it, and I knew it was a tough job from the start because everyone in my family has been very loyal, always tipped well and all that. And they say, man, it's a tough job. They say, it pays well, honestly, and yes, it does. It does pay pretty good for an entry level job. But uh, let me start off with my story here, guys. Um, my restaurant is understaffed, and I love this guy. I worked at an authentic Mexican restaurant. This guy came from Mexico when he was 18 years old to open up a business, and he had worked where he could. He's legal and everything. He's got everything he needed. Came here with his green card, found some work, worked and worked and worked until he could fucking come here and buy a building to open up his restaurant in. So that's the start of that. But this man was understaffed. I've known him my whole life. I've hated his restaurant. I love this guy. So yeah, he's 25 now, owns or 28, owns a successful business, maybe 26, it's something like that. Owns a successful business, great guy. But he was understaffed. He came up to me while I was eating and said, "Man, I need somebody." And he said, in his mission, I said, "I need somebody. I can't. Uh, I don't have anybody to serve food for me." He says, "Tough job. No one wants to do it." Let me tell you, working 7 days a week, 14 hours a day, 2 or 3 weeks straight, I learned real quick that, guys, you need to look at these people way differently than what you do. You really do, and I'm not going to cry during this, but I got depressed. I got depressed working this job. I've worked 2 jobs prior, hard labor, they paid over minimum wage. Not going to explain them because this video would be too long. But I got fucking depressed. You would deal with so many shitty people every day. You could do everything right. Everything right. Kitchen screws up something, people gonna bitch at you. Shit, that's not even your fucking problem, guys. Not even your fucking problem. You gotta deal with it. And I'm not saying everything that happened to me while I was there, because trust me, guys, I'm not gonna get into it. I'll tell you one story just so this video isn't so long. But guys, I'd fucking come home at 19 years old. I'd fucking drink every fucking night. And you may be saying, "Oh yeah, you're only 19. That's fucking illegal, dude." It's common. Just vodka, mix it with fucking Mountain Dew or something. Every night, I fucking needed it. I was depressed. Uh, I at one point I have tweets. I have a video that's private on my channel either where I just started fucking venting, fucking throwing shit, fucking. Guys, it's fucking horrible. Okay, I'm gonna start off with this. It's got its good times, it's got its bad times, but in general, those people at almost every server you see, they go home depressed every single night. And for me, it's not clinical depression or anything. It was just that moment and that point in my life, man. I learned how shitty people really are. I don't want to go too deep into it, but I learned how shitty people really are, and it depressed the shit out of me that people could be like that. I was fucking depressed, drinking every fucking night. It really fucking happened. Waking up in the morning, fucking hungover. Didn't show it at work, but I was waking up every morning, fucking hungover. So you remember that. Every time you see one of those fucking waiters out there, you remember that, because there's a shit ton of them like me. There's a shit ton of them that were depressed the whole time they did it. But it wasn't worth quitting, and I'll tell you why. Every time you got pissed and you're like, "I'm quitting today. I'm telling them I'm gonna be at 2 weeks. I'm out of here, man." Every day you'd say that shit. Every fucking day. Almost every day. And then something magical would happen. You'd go to a fucking table, there'd be a $20 tip. Someone wrote on their receipt, "You did a fucking great job," or something, Someone would do that. They would write on your receipt, so you did a great job, $20 tip on a $20 meal. And that's the shit that kept me in. It kept me in, it kept me in, it kept me in. That's what kept me in, guys. And I'll never forget, I finally cracked the code as a server of the type of people I wanted. So I told the hostess, we had a hostess. Only 2 sections, but we had a hostess. I'm like, you seat every single person that walks through that door that looks poor. You seat them in my section. 9 out of 10 of those poor people tipped 30%. And I'd say 9 out of 10 for sure were just the fucking best people in the world. So I cracked the server code. You try it sometime. You tell the hostess to seat everyone that looks poor. I'll tell you right now, that was my last week working there. And I was willing to take a gamble. And I said, seat everyone that's poor in my section. Nicest people, best week of work I've ever worked. Averaged $25 fucking an hour. The best I've ever done there for sure. So let me tell you one story. Just an exception. This is an example of that depression. And guys, it's fucking real. They haven't done a survey since the 90s, but let me tell you, I guarantee you 7 out of 10 servers, no matter how happy they are when you come to their table, they go home depressed every single fucking night. Someone depresses them. There's way more bad people than good people when you're working in the restaurant industry. So, I was working a Sunday, worst day. I'm not even going to get into it. Everyone knows that's the worst day. They've heard it to be a server at a restaurant. I was carrying 5 drinks in my hand, and I had to walk through someone else's section to get to my section. And this was when I was working 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. Coming over, hungover every morning, whatever. I had 5 drinks in my hand. I had 5 fucking drinks in my hand. Doing the whole crazy holding shit. 2 here, 1 smashing about. It was, yeah, we're not going to get into that. Let's get back to the story. So, this lady doesn't say anything to me. Throws a fucking steak knife at me. Fucking steak knife hit me. I turn around, smile at her. Are you alright? Is everything okay? I'm out of Mountain Dew! I got that shit shaking her glass and shit. I'm like, oh my god. And finally, I learned later, but at that moment in time, I just thought about fucking running away from where I live and just fucking going somewhere. That was the moment in time I thought about just walking out of the restaurant and going away. Just going somewhere, saying I can't do this shit anymore. I'm drinking every night. That's when shit got deep, guys. And I may just sound like this depressed waiter. What you see most of the time on YouTube is people who are pissed when they get home. And of course it's anger first, but it's really just depression. That's what it is when you see someone on YouTube fucking yelling at the camera, and that's depression. That is 100% depression that you're seeing there. So then this guy walks up to me, this older guy, and let me tell you, the main problem in the restaurant that I worked at was people that are around the age of 26, 27, young family people, and that's who that table was. This old man walked up to me and he said, "You're sitting here, you're busting your ass, you're doing all this." He said, "I told that lady off for you. I told her that if Jesus would have saw that, he would have sent her straight to hell." He was just telling me this whole story, just told me everything. And I was like, guy hands me a fucking $50 bill. This guy handed me a fucking $50 bill. He said, "Son, I know that, word got around that I'm in school, He's like, "I know you're in school. I know you need the money. Here you go." He said, "You're doing a great job. This job sucks." He said, "I did it when I was younger." Now, if that old, hardcore generation of America walks up to you and tells you that job sucks, back when they were fucking mining coal, going under the ground, being coal miners, it fucking sucks. So I just thought I'd get that in mind, give you the real server display, trying not to be a attention whore or anything, but that's the real server story right there. Those waiters that you see on YouTube that come on there and they're pissed, they're really just depressed. They're not pissed, they're fucking depressed. So there you go. Think about that the next time you tip a waiter.